is hard for something you already got. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Friends are coming through the door. Wheels are spinning on the floor. We don't know what we don't know. That's the only way to grow. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. What you're looking for is in your hand, been there all along. Pour another cup and pull a chair. Sing along. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Hey! Hey!
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to another Orange Morning. It is Monday, August 10th, 2026, here with Oaks and Casey. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. I like the vibes.
Is it going to breeze or not?
Is Monday gonna breeze? I think that should be the prompt that we give it to start out with. Yes, Oaks, as many others, are excited for finally making good on the promise of Will It Breeze becoming a segment. We'll get into that in a little bit after updates, but any exciting weekend news or insights to share?
Oh, I have one. I anyone watching, I'm having technical difficulties and Chris and Oaks are trying to accommodate me. I made some updates to the Road to Unbound page. If you want to bring up my screen, Chris, without speaking, that would be ideal. I made some updates here. There's now a page, the Road to Unbound, oneword.com. Be a guest if you want to be on the road to Unbound. It's designed for HubSpot Unbound insiders, but if you have something to say about Unbound, I don't know if we're going to turn you away.
We will not. I can confirm that. We're trying a new approach. We've been recording these as podcasts, kind of on demand, for the past couple months, since Kyle's going to be out all month on his sabbatical, and we want to open it up to more voices. Our Thursday sessions are going to be more of like an office hours-y style approach. So if you want to come and share your story, which we're not looking for anything beyond that. So if you're excited about Unbound, especially for the insiders, but we know there's a lot of people that are going. Our Value First, we officially have our Unbound 2026 channel up in Slack for the Value First team and collective. And the hot topic of late has been booking hotels and other accommodations. Are you there yet, Oaks?
No. No, I'm still struggling with. That was one of the things that I had a high intention of resolving over the weekend, and got bumped down to the bottom of the list. I did not have enough time to finalize that action item.
I found the Airbnb that I used in 2023. That's basically one of those just let's get a place to sleep and not much else, which is really all I need personally. So I'm probably going to do that. It's only like 700 for the whole week. So,
Yeah.
and it
The-
kind of forces me to walk because it's about a 30-minute walk to the formerly known as BCEC facility.
That's exactly probably the kind of thing that I'm looking for. One of the issues is that we have some friends in the area, and was lining up, trying to coordinate, like, hey, can I crash at your place? I would have to take the train in, but that's not a big deal. But they are moving before Unbound. The timeline was unclear, but has finalized, and so it really the solution I was hoping would come through did not. So I've got to buckle down. But yeah, place to crash, walking distance, which doesn't necessarily mean 5-minute walk. I'm happy to walk longer. So that's my revising my searches there now.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting. Like, I had to like open it up. Like, if you look at the single days of the week, like nothing's available. But when you look Sunday to Sunday, game available. So get
I'll
it
try that.
if you want a good deal right now. And
when are people getting in? So you're doing a full week there, Chris?
Well, I'm booking Sunday to Sunday, whether or not I fly Sunday to Sunday, which I've been known to do before because I like to create all of the space to see people that I normally would not get to see in person. So there's a good chance that I will fly later on Saturday out now. What's interesting though, usually, or at least the last couple times, like Labor Day is involved, and that Monday is a holiday for everybody. Won't be the case this time. So maybe that should be taken into account, that not everybody will be available on Monday to meet up. I think the other thing to note on this site, if you're curious about how much time we have left until Unbound, we've got countdown clocks all over.
In my head, it's still 3 months away. Like every time I go actually look at a calendar, I have a fresh heart attack about the timeline.
Yeah. So 36 days we have left. And you know how we're going to fill up those 36 days as Casey clicks over to the updates page.
I'm ready.
All of
and I got my technical difficulties resolved. So we're nailing it.
Where's on the road to Unbound? I was going to volunteer for a show to say, like, okay, so I've been to conferences. I haven't been to Unbound. And like, okay, sure, sessions, but like, sessions are great. I don't want to say I'm not going to go to sessions or that they're not a priority, but like the things that happen outside of sessions are what's the most important, like meeting, connecting with people, etc. So I was going to say, like, so talk me through an Unbound. But on the site, I don't see find the page that you showed there, Casey.
I don't know if it's in the nav, which I can add it to the nav. I wasn't sure how open.
Scroll down. I think there might be a BS link in the footer. If not, then we'll go with Casey's approach to,
I
like,
don't
we're kind of keeping it. You got to know the URL exactly to get in, which is just be a guest.
I guess I'll send it to Oaks.
B-A-guest. I know how to type, so.
Yeah. So while he does that and doesn't pay attention to our updates, we're going to talk about some updates. A long list of 6 already for today.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me
but-
crazy. I check earlier and and then they post while we're on the show.
Yeah,
They do.
9 a.m. Like they
Stop.
get to work and immediately start smashing that updates button.
You know what they
There-
should do is have a scheduled Breeze prompt that just pushes them out at like 6 a.m.
I was going to say there's definitely some from Friday that we didn't cover that I'm also interested in too. So
And
anything
that
on
was
the
going to be
page.
the one that I clicked on first. Scheduled prompts in Breeze Assistant. They can now do that if they want. What is it? A way to have Breeze Assistant run a prompt for you automatically on a recurring schedule, daily, weekly, monthly, or annually, and drop the answer in your chat list when it's done.
Why does it matter? Breeze Assistant chats have historically been reactive, only running when you open it and ask something. Scheduled prompts change that. A Monday morning pipeline check, a daily call, prep brief, a weekly health summary for your accounts. Breeze can now run through these automatically, so the answer is waiting in your chat list when you open HubSpot. Chris, you use like scheduled prompts in your life, right? No.
A little
Yeah.
bit. The only one
Talked about
I've
them.
been successful with is through Perplexity Computer.
Okay.
And a lot of this is just user error, but like
Mhm.
related to the ease of setting it up. And I've definitely fallen into the trap of using Claude code, not knowing how it works, set up some automations in Vercel and GitHub, and they're supposedly running. I never could get to consistency of it was always doing the thing I wanted it to do with the context it needed at the time that I wanted it to do it.
Mhm.
So I usually ran into more things happening and like duplicate things happening,
Mhm.
mainly records related to media,
Mhm.
versus like knowing that I could show up on a Sunday or Monday knowing that thing was done exactly how I wanted it, and then being able to like do work based on it.
Mhm.
So I switched the strategy to using Perplexity to like all that's doing is looking at like some podcast research materials and then sending a research like stock of context into the repo that at some point I will be able to, use. I think in this kind of, let's say, Breeze and HubSpot as a harness,
Mhm.
I am excited to see it. And it's like there's so much more context around where you might be doing this with
Mhm.
Breeze. And like since we're already in the habit of using workflows and other time-based triggers in HubSpot, I feel like it should translate a lot easier. I think Oaks might have chuckled at the annually recurring schedule.
You don't schedule prompts out for a year ahead of time when who knows what the models and harnesses and things will be.
This actually sets up our Will It Breeze so well today. That I'll save what I think is going to be interesting there. But right now, the idea of setting up a prompt to run automatically right now and then next year,
Right.
like if you don't do it with the mindset of next year, it might be 100,000 times better as an output, or like if you even don't even need it. Yeah, I can't even think that far ahead, honestly.
No, I can't. Yeah, I understand why they put it in there, right? Like, but it does seem like that this is. I feel like things won't be stable enough to be able to like effectively predict what that would look like
Mm-hmm.
in a year. But this is a feature of Breeze and of AI tools overall that just make me think like I must be like on a different internet or like use a different like I'm just so different than what most people do that this
Mm-hmm.
is like like, oh, I want to people, you hear the number one use case that everybody cites is like, oh, I get a like, executive summary of my day. It's like, wow, that's not really how my days
Mm-hmm.
unfold mostly. Um, I've set up some of these, and including like executive summary of my day. I tried to have a like um, Claude be like, here's the stuff that's on your calendar and the things that you've said in HubSpot projects you're going to do today, and give me a like, here's what you need to get done, and never looked at it again. And tried some like I have a thing that tries to like grab meeting transcripts and attach it to the meetings in HubSpot. In addition to there's summary notes and all this other stuff, bunch of scheduled things, and mostly like those just don't fit into the way that I work, which is that's a me problem for sure. And have not figured out how to make this work. But this, I think it's a good, I mean, people like it. So presumably, like I think this is a great feature to add to Breeze. I do think it's, as I always say, I'm a like, couldn't the glass be a little fuller kind of person, which is like, I think this highlights the major interface challenge of Breeze that HubSpot they're absolutely working on. It's just like a big challenge, which is like, where does Breeze happen? Where do agents happen? Where do I see that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Should it all be in one place? And so what is the exact phrasing for the feature that they said? It appears in your chat.
Yeah. So the answer is waiting in your chat list when you
Right.
open HubSpot. If they pull that part off,
Speed
let's
drill.
say-
Where's your chat list?
right. Hopefully
I'm
it's going to
asking,
be
where's your
easily
chat list?
linkable. You have to open up Breeze and then it'll be there.
Right. Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you. That's very helpful.
All right. Okay. You click on the three dots and you click on chats at
Yes,
the top of the Breeze Assistant window.
Yeah. Anything that's hidden behind three dots,
Yes.
super user friendly.
Right. Yeah. I would hope. I mean, the way that they get it right is if they link to this stuff directly on the homepage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It like, and then everybody trusts that the homepage becomes the place that you go to find any preparational stuff for your day, right? And that's the part. Like, if they get this part right, because that's the challenge of doing it the way I've done it. It's like, all right, it's an MD file, like in a doc somewhere in the repo, or it's in the case of HubSpot, like there's agent outputs and there's inboxes, and it just
right.
Mm-hmm.
right,
And there's
like
multiple things called inboxes to confuse it even further. Yeah, like the interaction model here, like the thing that I is like that this is like asynchronous proactive, right? And like, oh, you open Breeze, or maybe it's on your homepage, and then you click three dots, or even first you open Breeze, right? If it's proactive, even asynchronously, I shouldn't have to go look for it, right? Like that's it's just going to be like tasks, right? The tasks are just going to end up in the task list, and there's going to be, every user's going to have 2,000 overdue incomplete tasks. Yeah, if we set up if all of our users set up give me a overview of my day, and it's going to be missing context because for now things are, and it's like, oh, how do I find that? Well, I got to remember every morning to go in and look and whatever. But when I open up my computer, I'm in my email inbox and have to respond to urgent stuff already, and then you're off and running and you don't have your thing, right? Like, it doesn't change the behavior by being forward with the proactive nature. And that's an evolution of the feature, right? You have to build this first to get there. So I'm not saying don't build this. I'm just saying, like,
Yep.
we're still kind of Frogger style lily padding our way toward this being a feature that actually broadly,
Yep.
like, really accelerates the way people work.
Yeah. And really, it needs to be for Breeze. It's like a handoff to Breeze the next
Yeah.
day, where it's when the first iteration of the HubSpot homepage had a Breeze like message window on it. I do expect that to come back, but this is the thing where it's like we need to be able to open up that page and say, all right, Breeze, let's do it. And then it knows, and we know what it's going to be pulling from, what context is available, and what it's going to start to act on. And if that's always the latest task or this kind of preparational document, like what does our day look like instead of just Chris or Oaks? It's like Chris plus Breeze, right? And then it starts to say, all right, if at any moment it's like, all right, here's your day, and I'm going to handle this 80%, and you're going to handle this 20%. Like, yes, like we've made it, right?
Yeah. Here's the things that need to happen today, and I've already prepared some things for you to approve or tweak or whatever, right? Like, not. I mean, I have this thing complete with Claude.
Please review this 9-page document about what your day's about to look like.
Yeah.
That's too much. Yeah. Versus like, Claude has the same problem of like, oh, there's 9 important emails you haven't responded to. Like, A, okay, are you right? But B, like, don't tell me that. Like, say, here's what it seems like these should be, right? Here's the draft emails, yes or no, right? Well, that is the kind of thing that we need to get to here.
All right, let's pick a non-Breeze update so that we can get back to Breeze.
Oh, are there any non-Breeze updates?
I'm curious with product usage tracking. Did we talk about this? No.
We did a little bit.
We did.
Usage tracking.
This is different than what I think. This is we did talk about this, and I keep imagining it's different.
It's not in my portal.
Yep, it's basically customer success platform is here in a more like ready plug and play kind of way, because you've been able to use custom events to do product usage tracking for a long time. Now they're actually calling it product usage features and trying to make it easier for you to realize you can do that. So if that's interesting for you, I would definitely like click into that, check it out. I think there's a ton of opportunity for custom events in most portals. But again, you need to be able to dig into the journey map and communication mapping and like understand your data model really well to not create just a bunch of work for folks and then not be able to act on it, which is often, what happens when you get excited.
I keep thinking this is HubSpot product usage.
I mean, that would be dope, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. We can see if they've connected their calendar and their email, but we can't be like, did you actually use, like go in and like look at the thing that you promised me that the whole team was going to adopt? This product usage tracking, I would love that, Casey. It is interesting. I mean, most companies solve this. I need to read this in more detail, but like everybody does this in like Snowflake or similar, right? You write out your event stream to data,
I mean, or like Gainsight is another one where it's just a straight customer success usage platform for the product.
Right.
And it's amazing how that stuff doesn't get integrated to the customer data system. And it's just, you have teams. It creates so much friction between teams that you say like, unified customer view sounds like a good idea.
Mhm.
but you don't get this data that's over here because
Right.
I'm in
And
charge
there's
of it.
an above the line, below the line question of like, look, you know, success. Like I have an engagement where I could use this right now. And so we don't have Service Hub Pro or Enterprise. So the but the you know, like you don't want all you want all event data in your whatever your platform is, but you want some top line, you want some alerts and flags, you want, you know, stuff like that in your success or service tool, right? Of like,
Mhm.
you know, how many active users do they have? How many of this KPI did they hit last week or whatever, or when their KPI drops below a certain level and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. Like that's the kind of thing that is like most actionable than with like a link out drill down typically for service and success teams. The yeah, I'll be interested to dig down into this and kind of see like to what degree, you know, what's a real hassle is to like implement all of those things like as events in HubSpot and in your, I'm not on the engineering side, so I'm going to start sounding like an idiot, in your like analytics tagging in app or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And then that gets handed off to Snowflake, etc. And so you don't want to like triple that work by having to like tag it. You want to just like bring those things in to HubSpot. But I asked a few high level folks at HubSpot over the last couple of years, like, hey, why isn't there like a hub for people who use HubSpot in a like SaaS or digital product context, right? That brings some of this stuff in natively. It's an unreasonable request for sure, but there's enough people in the HubSpot ecosystem using it in that context that it seems like we need some more solutions there. So this is you know, drill down needed, but it looks like good action in that direction.
Yeah.
Well, let's click on one Oaks flavored update. I think the hardest part of doing any kind of plan segments is that we have to give ourselves permission not to click on all of the updates.
The paid subscribers get the long version of the show where we do every update.
Ooh, okay.
All right. I could do that. I could work with that.
Comment, subscribe.
Welcome to our channel. Ring that bell. Smash that. Whatever they say.
Smash that manual meeting syncing and
Yes.
enhanced meeting creation in the sales extension for Google Calendar in private beta. Last updated today, so I don't think I've seen this one before. What is it? From your HubSpot sales extension in Google Calendar, you can now manually sync meetings into HubSpot as well as define HubSpot associations at the time of meeting creation.
Why does it matter? Previously, if a meeting did not sync into HubSpot automatically from your calendar, maybe because the contact did not exist in HubSpot, you had to go into HubSpot to create that contact in order to trigger the event syncing into HubSpot. Now you can manually tell HubSpot to sync in a meeting through your Google Calendar. This is very nice. I have always had trouble with like meetings syncing and things like that. I've always kind of blamed it on I work in a bunch of different portals and I don't have any of them like connected as they're intended to like this. So, but all of that to say, like the number of times I've gone into HubSpot to look for a meeting and I can't find it, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll just manually create this now. Is you know, the limit doesn't exist. So happy to see this as a way to help me get meetings more reliably.
Before we get too excited and hand it off to Oaks,
Okay.
at the bottom, some events cannot be synced.
Thank you.
Though we are providing an option to make it easier to ensure all relevant meetings can sync into your CRM, not all meetings are able to be synced. This includes canceled meetings, meetings marked as private, meetings that don't have any associations. In order to sync a meeting into your CRM, it needs to be associated to at least one contact, company, deal, ticket, custom object, etc. in HubSpot. I mean, that one, like, of course, I don't know. And recurring meetings. Any
That
manual
last one.
syncing of a meeting that is part of a recurring series will only result in that single event being manually logged. We are working on support for manually syncing in multiple events from a series. This will be supported before public beta.
Yeah, that last one's
Reassuring.
my main issue.
I think even if I know, it's all like, I just want certainty as to how the syncing can work. Because like, as soon as it hits HubSpot, you're like, anything you do is like, is somebody going to get another email?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to get an update? Is it going to, like, that's been my challenge. So even if it says any manual syncing of a meeting that is part of a recurring series will only result in that single event being manually logged, if that's manually updating that specific thing in HubSpot, like, I love that. Knowing that that's how it's going to work. So if I were to be in Gmail, hit the button on a recurring meeting, like today's show, for example, and like we have the agenda of what we're going to talk about, and it changes each week, and I know that I can click the sync and then see it in HubSpot with that one moment having the right agenda, and it didn't impact all the other ones. Like, let's go.
Yeah. This is funny. We've kind of swapped seats. I agree that, like, well, first of all, my opening statement is, thank you, Melissa. Thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Yes. I agree that, like, it would be nice to have like assurance and understanding, a solid mental model of like, how does calendar sync freaking work, not just with HubSpot, but with anything. And having this, I'm pretty sure that at some point I probably demoed for Melissa a system that I had built in the past using an integration platform and a Chrome plugin that adds a sync to, it's synced to both. It's synced to Notion, which would handle HubSpot in the past, to solve this kind of problem. And it's just a mess, right? Like, I think the solution, recurring events, orphaned instances of recurring events, all that stuff is such a hot mess, having like dug in and built something that handles that. Like, I think that bullet point of manually syncing a meeting that is part of a recurring series will result in that single event being manually logged. I'm not sure how that technically, even knowing how some of this stuff works, in Google specifically, it works differently on the other platforms, which is awesome. I'm not sure if how that applies to orphaned instances of a series. Like, if you have a like weekly meeting with somebody, and then you say like, oh, I can't do that time this week, so meet an hour earlier, drag it. That's like an orphaned instance, update only this, one. But like, that's where oftentimes these kinds of breakages happen, and the data doesn't sync and all of that. But yeah, like, the screenshots of like associations from within the calendar and being able to sync the individual meetings, like, closes. It seems like it's an edge case, right? Of like, oh, this one meeting didn't end up in HubSpot, except we all have 1 billion meetings, and the number of permutations of and complexities of like who sent it, where it came from, the platforms, all of that stuff, makes this just like, I don't have a week go by where I don't have a couple of meetings in this scenario. And so like, I think this is fantastic, being able to like fix that directly from your calendar, exposing the like outcome and type you could always do there. I don't know if I think associations were there if it was synced. Anyway, um, the but like
progress.
the like the I think the AI era is we talked about like, yes, being proactive, etc. But one of the things that it highlights is like, look, you're going to work across a lot of different surfaces. Some folks are going to use the sales workspace in HubSpot. Some people, like me, keep their calendar up on a second display. And like looking at your calendar and thinking like, oh, this should be associated with a project or a deal or something that it isn't associated with. And the next action being like, let me go over to HubSpot, go down in there, and then I see a to-do or an alert or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I got to come back to that. Got to stay on target, update the meeting record, versus like exposing that working surface in the AI tool, in HubSpot, in Breeze, in my calendar, in my email, is the way that like we. It's not like there's not a unified UI anymore, and there's going to be even less of a unified UI in that way, right? So we've got to surface this like support for the way people work in all of the platforms and tools. So this is a fantastic update.
Agreed. Yeah, the worst feeling is when like you either know it's got to be all manual because the systems aren't interacting the way that you need to, the way that you need them to, or if you have to fix anything, it's another conversation with AI to get that fix done.
Right.
Like the gap between those two is challenging.
Or the worst is the split, right? Like you start one path, you say like, hey, Claude or Breeze, fix this. And it's like, okay, I did 2 of the 3 things you asked, but the other one isn't available. And you're like, oh, cool.
It's open and it's yours.
Right.
Good luck, Oaks. Yeah. Okay, so we got a little bit done, but we can't check the task box off. And somehow we created 2 additional tasks for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for recording all of that. And then now we're down 3 tasks. Like, I was just... all right. It's time for Will It Breeze. Just some transparency here. Like working on this today. The intent will be you spin the wheel, and then we've got a scope, an app, and a business outcome. I've changed this to support that. Ultimately, I think we need to be able to have conversations with Breeze. Like it's not going to be one prompt and done, but questions like this, we need to be able to enable various stakeholders from our team to come in and ask questions like this, because it's very rarely going to be like, oh yeah, 1 million. Like that's our ROI. Like it's gonna be like, what kind of ROI? Where do you want the ROI? For which team? Using which tool? With which agent? Like so it's interesting.
Lucky spin there, Chris.
Well, yeah. So today's prompt chosen before the show. So full transparency here, because this one was not good, and I need to work on the wheel. Like probably not going to ask. Say, using prospecting, can you trace where the time actually goes across the service queue? Probably not going to work. So maybe I have to update the app here. But this will be the intent. We copy the prompt. We go over to Breeze. And it's interesting that I would, if you're getting into the that beta to schedule prompts, schedule this one for annually and see how this year it's probably not going to give me any idea at all. And next year it'll nail it.
You should
but you'll have to check on it. You'll have to remember to check on it.
No, it's create a custom object, have Breeze write its output to a record on the custom object, do it at monthly, and then you can plot the progress of Breeze and of measuring ROI in AI over
Yeah.
the course of 12 months.
Maybe something like a value entry. I'm starting to play with to try
I
and
was thinking you would
capture.
call the custom object Breeze lol, but value entries is fine. You can use that.
Yeah. So what's Breeze trying to do here? Because it'll always give an effort. I'm pulling together a grounded ROI view from your portal's AI settings, product context, and CRM activity. So I'm already a little impressed that it's taking these very different places of context and trying to bring them together.
I'm envisioning
And-
the
and it-
token meter for this request as a electricity meter, and the numbers are just like as it looks at everything.
All
Oh,
right.
100%. Perfect.
I know. AI search prompts by source. Not sure what that is. AI assistant coverage. It should be Breeze is the
100%
only
coverage.
assistant. And enriched contacts by week. That gets closer. So I created an AI ROI report artifact with the charts embedded where they belong. Bottom line, your portal shows early but real AI usage with AI tracked AI usage search prompts in the current subscription term window you asked about and 35 enriched contacts.
What was
the current evidence?
Show the exact prompt again. I'm going to do it in my portal.
Can you report on the ROI of the AI being used in this HubSpot portal?
Used in this HubSpot portal.
Now, if you want, I can do the next step and turn this into a full ROI model with assumptions for blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say, like, did you even check the agent hub?
Did you even check?
Because that's where, like, a part of this, I expected, like, it's what is Breeze going to look at when you give it general prompts like this? Like, and this is something that they've actually pulled down as they rethink it. So now that I'm thinking about it, we don't have the, oh, look at this contact. This is new.
Yeah.
Anyways, there used to be a report here that I often poked fun at that I had saved 55,000 hours due to agent runs. They are working on that behind the scenes. So here it says, let me check Agent Hub directly now. But really, if we're thinking about how is that not a part? It's the Agent Hub, and I'm asking you about AI ROI, right? So,
yeah.
But I think the cool thing is you only need one of these conversations to set the context and then ask it again tomorrow. And then maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 iterations of that. And you can start to make sense of this in some capacity. At the end of the day, it's whatever your business defines as what the ROI is going to be. But the fact that it's very black boxy right now, there's paths you can take to having it be a lot less like black boxy, right? And I'm gonna fix this report for sure. So I'm sure if you saw different results on your side.
It didn't give me a report. I can't verify a hard ROI number from the current portal data alone because I don't have a clean attribution trail that ties AI usage to saved hours, influenced revenue, or avoided cost. It wants to tell me about my ROI posture. AI ROI posture.
I love this update, which is where everybody should start. This report now separates AI capability installed from AI usage proven. So AI Agent Hub inventory, that's really can you do a current state analysis and understand what AI tools or AI agents or AI assistants or AI projects or data enrichment, anything using credits, do you know what is happening there? Like definitely start there. But I'm guessing Oak's got a different answer because their memory is saved in his breeze that
Yep.
do not ever fake anything or you're gonna get unplugged.
I will unplug you. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's Breeze is so verbose.
Yeah.
I'm trying to skim this. It's saying things like I take a little bit of offense at this, but it's not unfair. The portal is not currently set up to prove ROI in a this is in bold, finance grade way.
Probably every single portal that asks that question right now should get that answer. Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, so let me stop you there. Here's where we go from here. Like if you want to get to finance grade, but we're not there.
Right.
Right
I
now.
would argue that portals don't have the capability to be set up to prove ROI in a finance grade way, right? Like that's that includes both costs, hard and maybe depending on
my
the model,
client,
soft cost on a per deal, per company level.
all you need is an expense object.
You can't record how many credits records yet. You can't yet record like we expended X credits in order to win and service this customer, and credits have a cost of what is it? They're 10 cents per when bought as overages. So even if they're included, right? Like there's that. But AI is also not just credit based, and the expansive. Are we talking about AI features versus just utilization costs? Like variable costs. Are we talking about AI actions in workflows that do hygiene on records? Are we talking about Breeze? Are we talking about agents? Are we talking about all these different things? A lot of that stuff is operationally just not structured in a way that we can tell. It would be like saying how many there's a lot of scenarios where it's the equivalent of asking Breeze, hey, what's the ROI of a workflow node in my portal, right? From an instrumentation standpoint. Well, we can't really. How do you measure that, and how many workflow nodes contributed to closed one deal on all of the objects?
Yes, agreed.
Early days.
But we know everybody's getting this question right now. And if we can help you turn this into a conversation with whoever's asking, I think this is a way you can do that, because so much of this is like trying to get folks to talk about these expected ROI before you put the thing that's going to bias that answer like in front of them, where it's like the moment you start talking about agents, and it's like we can't, if you can measure it in a way that's very black and white, you're usually missing like 80% of the picture, like if you try to do that. So having folks from all over the org like start to ask questions of Breeze related to this, like, well, what does it mean to do an agent run? How many credits do you think this might be using? Should we be spending time on enrichment of records? Why did you highlight that first? Like, there's so many different ways you can go, and like humans by themselves will not be able to like figure this out, right? So that's Will It Breeze today. And if all you're trying to do is have a conversation about AI ROI in the HubSpot portal, it can definitely do that for you. And it's probably the best way to get you started. So
I'm sure it's happy to talk just forever about that with you.
just be ready to have a conversation and don't show the first report that it shoots out.
Definitely don't do that.
All right. Until next time, Tuesday morning, tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest
Mount the
of
landing.
Monday.